off with a show. Joe Audio and my bro Paco about to bring that laugh attack, yeah, about that. Make you laugh out loud, cause this is where it's at.
This the best podcast that you'll ever hear. It's nice and comforting just for your ears. We got gimmicks and skits with limitless wits, making other podcasters just quit.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Joe Audio right here representing for Yeah About That, the podcast. I got to my right, Gene, as you can see. Gene, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yo, this is me, Gene, the Dark Mark from Down Under, and I'm alive.
That's always good. And to the right of Gene, we have another person. Well, actually, it might be the left. I don't know how the camera. But anyway, Mr. PACO, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, what's up, everybody? It's the man they call Paco. I'm posted up in the cut like a Band-Aid.
Yes. So this week we have an album review. This is actually a new album that just came out this week from The Weeknd. And let me grab the information on this album, which I should probably had up already. But yeah, it's not. There's no information on it. So anyway, yeah, it just came out this past week. The album is called After Hours by The Weeknd. And we all had a chance to listen to it, and we're going to drop our opinions on it.
Yes.
So first off, let's go ahead and start off with just the album cover in general. So we'll start.
Jay, why don't you start it off, man? I want to hear your thoughts on it.
Okay. So album cover. So it pretty much just has like a picture of the Weeknd's face. And it's kind of all bloodied up and like he's been beaten up. So there's several videos online for the music videos. And if you kind of see the music videos, you kind of see the reason why he's beat up. But if you haven't seen the videos and you just see the face itself, it's kind of curious, like, you know, what happened there, like he got beat up or something. And this is kind of him, you know, after hours. This is what happens. You know, sometimes people get dumb and do stupid stuff, and this is the result of that. So I think that's why it's like that with his face bloodied up. Something probably went down in the middle of the night after hours, and that's what's up. So, Gene, let's hear your opinion on the cover of the After Hours album.
Yes, please. Let's get your thoughts.
Cool. Yeah, pleasure to be back, guys. The Weeknd cover there on the new album. I actually went on the vampire tip. I have never seen the music videos. I actually didn't think to actually watch them. Of course, he's got music videos, duh. But, I just thought that it was more like The Weeknd. He seems quite a sensual guy, shall we say, yeah?
Uh-huh.
And he seems quite a debauched, you know, he likes his pleasure, shall we say? And I thought this was more on the vampire tip, yeah, like he's just finished, you know, sucking the blood from someone's throat, I imagine, a nice hot white female. And the blood was a representation of how much he's into pleasure and debauchery and sensation and that sort of thing. After hours, I thought after, you know, normal society's gone to sleep, he's up to doing his thing. That's what I took. Yeah. I like the cover, though. I do like the cover.
Okay. Paco?
Yeah. You know, when I first saw this cover, I was like, oh, wow. This guy's crazy, man.
Yeah.
You know, it looks like he likes bar fights. That's what I got from that, you know, because of the title After Hours. You can see it looks like it's the morning after, you know, and that really resonates with a lot of people. And it's really cool. I like it. Like he got into a bar fight or something. That's what I took away from it.
Yeah.
Bill?
All right, here. So we do have the Paco's 4-part recipe.
Hold on.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Now we're going to bust out with Paco's 4-part recipe for creating a new album review. This is the new album, okay? It's not a classic. It's a new one.
But it will be classic soon. So let's go ahead and get into this. Let me pull up where are we at? My spreadsheet here so I can go ahead and keep track of this. All right, so it's beats, lyrics, hooks, and features. So, all right, Paco, let's go ahead and start with you first.
Yes.
Beats. What do you think about the beats?
The beats. If you were to tell me that you can get 80s beats and make them whacker, I wouldn't believe you until you showed me this album. And the beats I don't really like. It's just like it feels fake to me. Like it's supposed to be in the 80s and it's not.
Well, it's not.
It just
2020. So.
Can I give my thoughts without being interrupted? Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Anyways, I give the Beats a 1. I don't really like them.
Okay, so you'll see the impartial hating. Anyway, so 1. Okay, so Gene, let's go ahead and get your opinion on the Beats.
Yeah, absolutely. Joe Audio. The beats were very interesting to me because I didn't think I was going to like this album at all. Listeners, when these two actually suggested it to me, the idea of reviewing this album, I laughed at it. But I was wrong. But I'll get into that more later on. The production I thought was really good. I thought he creates a definite vibe, a definite atmosphere, almost an own world of his own with the production. And I believe The Weeknd does a lot of his own production. I don't know if anyone else actually did any production besides from him on this album, but I do know for a fact he's done the majority of it. And it's very synth-based. It definitely is of a nostalgic 80s vision behind the production of these beats. And I think overall he definitely creates a definite consistency with the beats, a consistent vibe. So for that reason, I'm actually going to give it, the beats, a 4.
4.
Great.
All right.
Great insight.
So, okay.
Jay, if you don't mind, I know you don't want to do this, but can you please give us your thoughts on the beats, man? What would you give it out of 5? Also, why?
Okay.
Why would you give it that out of a 5?
Okay. Why are you clapping up there? Okay. Anyway, yeah. So the Weeknd. So I've been a fan of the Weeknd for quite some time, and I get like his vibe. The beats on this one, definitely paint an atmosphere. And you get like the whole album is a whole project together. So the beats actually create like an environment for the vocals to come out and pretty much tell like a story in a sense, or an overall theme. So with the beats, they're very melodic. They're very like draw you into it. And with that being said, everything was top notch. I'm gonna say a 5 on the beats, just because these beats like resonate in my mind. Like I can hear it, and like wanting to hear songs over and over and over just because of those beats. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 5.
Can I change mine?
Sure.
I'm gonna give it a 5.
A 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give the beats a 5.
And why is that?
Because you're giving it a 5. I want to like this album. All right.
But why are you blatantly hating on the album?
I like this. I like the beats. I'm gonna give him a 5, I guess.
He's big flip.
Yeah, I flip it, man. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and give this album a 5. Go ahead. What's the next one?
Okay, next is gonna be lyrics. So Paco, lyrics.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I couldn't even. All right, it's hard to understand, even if there are lyrics. If it's lyrics or if it's whining. Because this fool is not singing. He's just sounds like a whiny baby. I couldn't understand the lyrics. And when I did make out a lyric, it wasn't worth it.
Above you?
No, it was very whiny. Okay, I don't know if that's singing. It's not singing to me.
Okay.
But I give the lyrics a 0.
All right.
You know, can I change it to 5? I want to give it a 5.
No. What are you
just
doing?
Just give it a 5.
Okay. Okay.
Gene, please give us your thoughts.
I'm not sure how to interpret this. Yes, Gene, please bring us back here.
Lyrics, yeah. Let me think. I think the lyrics, I mean, they're appropriate. I'll give them that. They're appropriate to the concept of the album. They're very autobiographical. Absolutely. This seems to be an album that is pretty much, I've made it, I've got all the fame, but I am lonely. I feel nothing inside. This hasn't made me feel, whole inside all the fame that I've got. I think it's along that whole tip. So the lyrics do go along that concept, that topic line very well. But there's nothing writing style wise that I think is necessarily inventive or clever. I just think it's appropriate to the concept of the album. So 3 there. Joe Audio. Thank you. 3,
okay.
yeah.
Can I persuade you in giving it a 4 at least?
What is this?
Are you the publicist of this man?
Yeah, you know, I'm over here trying to save this guy's image.
Okay, so
He's done a lot of damage. If you could just give it a 4.
we got a 3 from Gene. Okay.
Oh, wow.
All right. So lyrics. Yeah. So
Disappointed in Gene right now.
the lyrics do go hand in hand with the beats, and again, it's a whole like story type theme. So with that being said, The Weeknd doesn't necessarily have like very deep metaphors or anything like that. I mean, the lyrics are meaningful in a sense to him in painting this picture, about whatever heartbreak or whatever the case might be. And then sometimes he's like, I don't need anyone in this type of situation, depending on the song you're hearing. So it's complex in that sense, but not necessarily with the actual words themselves. So with that being said, I'm going to give it a 4 because it's not like the most lyrical or creative words, but the words are very powerful in the words that are selected. So I'm going to give it a 4.
Can I persuade you to give it a 5?
All right. So we're going to go ahead and get
Jay,
into the hooks.
can I persuade you to give it a 5?
No, I'm pretty set on the 4.
That's whack, dude. You don't like this.
So
Okay, come on.
All right, hooks. So Paco, what do you think about the hooks?
These hooks are terrible. The worst hooks I've ever heard. 5.
What are you doing
Jay,
right now?
I don't like this album at all. Not even
know.
a little bit.
I know
but
you
I'm
don't.
giving it a 5 because I just want people to give it a chance.
I don't know if you even heard it. So
I heard the whole garbage album.
all right.
did.
Well, you're giving it a 5, so it's on record.
Yeah, give it a 5 on the record.
All right, Gene.
Yeah. What are you doing?
The hooks.
The hooks.
The hook. The hooks. Yeah. So it's definitely a hook-laden album,
Yeah.
and the hooks are an integral part of the whole Weeknd's vibe. His music, definitely, they're placed appropriately throughout the album. They definitely make songs like earworms or whatever you want to put them, hard to get out of your head.
Yeah.
Which is a good or bad thing, depending on if you like the Weeknd or not. So the hooks, again, I'm going to go, apologies, it's a bit standard, but I'll go the middle road with a 3.
All right.
Oh, wow. That's disappointing. Okay.
So
Jay,
on the hooks,
Jay, could you give us your thoughts on the hooks, please?
yes, I will.
Your real
Hooks.
thoughts.
The hooks are very good. And that's what the Weeknd is essentially known for. And he's a mainstream artist, so obviously his hooks need to be catchy and hooky, for lack of a better term. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 5 because these hooks get stuck in my mind, and I've played this album multiple times every single day. So it's like I play certain songs just to get that vibe, that build up, and then that hook that comes in. It just stands out so much. Even sometimes more so than the lyrics. Like that's why I give the lyrics a 4. These hooks, I'm gonna give a 5.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, 5
like-
on the hooks.
Okay.
They're also very hypnotic, I think
Yeah.
is a good word to use. The hooks, yeah, they become very hypnotic.
Exactly.
Which is
Definitely.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
So
I totally agree on that.
all right.
Thank
so
you guys for saying the way I can't articulate it because
I got you.
thank
I
you.
got you.
I like the colorful vocabulary.
all right. Now, Paco, what do you say on the features?
Features were great. You know what I'm saying? I'm so glad nobody ruined their career going on this album. I'll give it a 5.
Oh.
Give it a 5 across the board. Make it be known.
All right.
Gene, please give us your thoughts on the features.
No. Please, Joe, after you, because I need a bit of guidance.
Okay.
on how
Yeah, no,
to-
I get you. That's fine. Yeah, features. Okay, so as far as any other like singing, rapping or other type of feature, there are none. And even on the production, I'm not too sure on the production, even if there was other producers or, pretty much on the beat tip. So it's a little bit difficult. And I guess it's kind of up to interpretation at this point. So generally, I say features are something that either add to and or subtract from the music from the album. There was no, I think, need for features on this, and even listen to the whole album, like you forget, like there were no features. That's why sometimes you kind of like second guessing, like, oh, were there features on this album? There weren't, because there was really no need, because of how intimate, I guess, the album is itself, because it's very personal for The Weeknd. So,
Yeah.
With that being said, I don't really see there was a need for a feature. With that, I'm just gonna give it a 5, because the album itself was essentially a perfect album itself, with no need for any outside influence. So I say on a feature tip, like if it needed something more, then maybe it'll be lower. Like, you know, if it needed someone else to come in and break up the sound, you know, potentially that could lower the score. But I say, as far as an external influence on the internal or the album itself, that there was no need for features. So I say a 5, because it didn't need it. I don't know. It's my interpretation of it.
Yeah.
And it may have confused you a bit, but
No, that's an accurate score. That's a good score.
I liked that, Joe. That was a good way to look at it. And dovetailing on what you're saying there, the fact that he was able to carry an album by himself is admirable. Cage does it a lot. Like, you guys have listened to the first Cage album, he has 4 after that, which he carries
much
himself
better.
time, and he pulls it off.
Uh-huh.
But thinking about like how the album could also have been added to and become more emotional, if you will, a nice female feature here, even singing a nice hook, because a lot of what he's talking about is being lonely within himself, but also wanting to find the one. Yeah, the perfect girl, which will fill up the emptiness inside, which fame and riches haven't been able to do. So because that's not there, which I think would have made it, but it pushed up all scores just a little bit more, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5.
Okay, that's fair enough. All right, so
Sure, you don't want to give it a 5.
Parker.
What's up, man? Hey, Jay, why don't you tally up those totals, man? What's up, everybody? It's the man they call Paco. Just posted up in the cut like a Band-Aid, like usual.
Yeah, what up? It's your boy Joe Audio right here, representing for About That, the podcast, as usual.
Yeah, you know, Joe, you were asking me about a place to get pizza and wings, weren't you?
Yeah, oh man, dude, I've been so hungry lately. I mean, I haven't eaten since my last meal, and I'm just starving right now. Paco, do you have any recommendations?
I have the best recommendation, AZ Pizza Express off of 35th Avenue Northern. Make sure you guys check them out. Make sure you guys mention About That, and you get the family discount.
The family hookup right there. So make sure you check out AZ Pizza Express. We should tell them their exact address, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? It's right there. Right there off of Northern and 35th Avenue.
Yeah, it's 3526 West Northern Avenue in Phoenix, Arizona, 85051. Paco, do you have the phone number?
Yeah.
I think they should call.
602-607-5073. And you guys, you know what I'm saying, you call to place an order and pick it up. Or, you know, did they deliver?
Yeah,
of course they deliver.
Of course.
What kind of question is that?
I don't know.
Do they have a website? Like, if I were to use it, would I get 10% off?
Yeah, definitely, man. If you really want to go that route and get 10% off, I mean, who doesn't like to save? Make sure you go to azpizzaexpressmenu.com, and then they'll get your all your options on there. You can go through online orders, get 10% off. So you go ahead and make sure you check it out. You got pizza options. Paco, I know you like the wings. What do you think about their wings?
The wings are the best in town. I'm going to let you know what happened. They got the biggest wings, the meatiest, and the most sauciest wings that you'll ever eat. They're the best, hands down. They beat Peter Piper Pizza. They beat Pizza Hut. They beat Long John Silver's. They beat all of those other people that you think would have good wings but don't. Yeah. Because these Arizona Pizza Express is where it's at. Make sure you guys check it out.
Yes. Make sure.
Put the logo on the screen right there.
Yeah, I already had it on there. So
all right, and the address and all that I see. Okay, I can see it now.
Yeah, there it is.
Now I can see it.
There we go.
Yeah, make sure you hit them up. Mention About That, the podcast. Family discount.
Hook up. Yes,
sir. Wow, beautiful piece of music. Jay, why don't you go ahead and give us our totals, man?
All right, so we did add them up. And we'll go ahead and start with someone that actually rated this correctly.
Okay.
Gene. So Gene, we'll go ahead and
I
start
thought you were about to say
with
me.
with you.
Jay, you fooled me, dude.
You gave it a 14.
Doesn't
so
he want to
14
joke with
out
me?
of 20. What do you think about that assessment of the album? Do you think it reflects what you think about it?
Yeah, I think that's an accurate representation of what I think about the album, of an artist I never listened to before, an artist that I basically dismissed because of the musical category he's marketed within.
Yeah.
But I was pleasantly surprised. I wasn't blown away. I'm not necessarily going to go back and listen to his other stuff because I've heard tale that this is a new production style and level for the man as well. I'm keen to hear what he does after this. Absolutely. And so 14, I think, is quite accurate for me there.
Okay.
Joe's audio, thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
It's my fault this time. We got our phones right here, and then Jace fell earlier, and I was angry about it. And
then
now mine fell, so I'm cool with it.
Yeah, no, definitely. First time. There are other songs from his past that may be of interest if you like this particular album. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. All right, so we'll go ahead and go with Paco now. Paco.
Yeah, what's up?
So I'll go with your true rating here of 0. What do you honestly think about your rating of the album?
Look, I'm gonna just be honest, man. This ain't my type of music. Okay, I don't really care for this music. It does nothing to me. I hear it, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't. I don't get any feeling from it. Okay. So that's true and honest. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest.
All right.
But check it out if you want. I don't care. But I'm just gonna say, as for me, it does nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? So if you ask me in my honest opinion, yeah, I wouldn't recommend it for people that have like minds like myself. But I did listen to it. I did give it a chance. So nobody can call me closed-minded or anything like that because I did hear the entire album. Okay?
Why are you defending yourself so violently?
I'm just saying, just because Jay takes it personal. I was like, Jay, I listened to it. It does nothing. And then he's like upset.
It's okay, Parker. You're a Nickelback man. That's
yeah,
fine.
I swear to God, I'd much rather listen to Nickelback than this. Got some more feeling. But look, that's for me. So don't take it personal if someone doesn't like what you like, okay? That's all I'm saying, man. Jay, Jay, go ahead. Jay, explain to the people why you're mad at me.
I'm not mad.
Joe, we can see it. You did not joke with me once.
Okay.
You just ignored every joke I threw at you.
Because you didn't take this review serious.
I did. I told you.
How did you give it 5s?
Because it's what the mainstream wants. You know what I'm saying? If you're a mainstream mark, this is for you.
Yeah. So,
if you underground to the death, like me, it ain't for you.
Yeah. Then how come Little Flip is not underground? He's a mainstream artist.
Yeah, he's underground legend. I love his albums before
mainstream
that.
Still.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So you're not underground.
It does.
Okay.
I don't. Look,
so anyway,
Jay.
We're gonna
singing. This is not singing.
Yes, it is.
True R&B is good. This is not R&B. Go ahead, Jay.
Yes. Okay. So I gave this a 19 out of 20, which I think pretty much reflects how I feel about the album. Like I said, I've had it on nonstop repeat for the past week, and I've all his albums. I've heard all his albums nonstop numerous times. So I'm a pretty huge fan. And again, it's just because of the atmosphere and the vibe. And I think Gene did actually kind of use a good terminology as far as getting you into a trance or a hypnotizing type of deal. It really does kind of have that vibe that I vibe off on. And there's other artists that are similar, in I like that type of style. So, 19, I think it's a pretty good reflection of what I think about the album. So
great. Gene, tell us Gene.
Yeah.
Yeah, could you go ahead and let the people know what time it is, man? Let them know where they can find you and things of this nature.
I think he had something else to say before you.
No, we don't need to hear anything. I'm just kidding. Go ahead, give us your final thoughts, and then tell us where they can find you.
Okay. Just final thoughts. Just have a couple of questions, if I may, for the final thoughts. Yeah. One, Joe Audio, is this the best album he's ever done, in your opinion?
Man, see, each album is different.
Okay.
I would say it's probably the most polished, but man, I like his Beauty Behind the Madness album and Kissland albums. I think might be a little bit better, and they're also they're a little more like darker, I guess, in a sense, and also probably more hip hopish as well. I mean, there's still a lot of singing in all those albums, but he does have more features. Like I don't know, one of his big songs was "Can't Feel My Face," so that one was really good. That's off Beauty Behind the Madness album, so that might be his best album right there, Beauty Behind the Madness. So
I'll have to check that out. And second question, did you see Uncut Gems, either of you?
No, I've been wanting to see it because he was in there.
He was in there. He's in there. He does a good little feature role in there. Yeah. But otherwise, you can always catch me on the Dark Marks podcast. New episodes coming soon. Seriously, with the lockdown situation, they'll be coming thick and fast as well down here in Australia. And so just Google Dark Marks podcast. It will come up on all the platforms that we're available on, and check us out on our Facebook page. Thanks again, guys. Back to you.
Yes.
All right. So
that concludes the album review for the week.
The weekend.
No, for this week. That concludes the... I'm just kidding. Yeah, of course.